This is Figuring It Out Together with me, Dr. Michael Mazius.
Now that it is early September and the kids are back in school in whatever form exists, I thought it would be important for us to just discuss briefly and think about briefly what we should be doing, what we perhaps should be doing with our kids who are sort of back to either a quarantine situation or in school, but now in a very different sort of setup where they are wearing masks all day. Their teachers are wearing masks all day or most of the day. The classroom may be smaller, the class periods may be longer, the desks are likely to be spaced differently. There may be plexiglass between desks. Things are definitely different, and of course, our kids notice it. So what should we be doing, if anything, in an effort to support them? And there are just some ideas that I wanted to put out there. First, I think it's really important that we check in with our kids. And by that, I simply mean, you want to just find out how they're doing, how they're feeling about school. Again, whether it's in their bedroom or in some other area in the house, or whether it's actually in school, or a variation on that theme. You want to ask them how they're doing. And you want to ask them what they're thinking about the experience and how they're feeling about the experience. Sort of the three kind of circles of psychology, if you will: cognition or thought, affect or emotion, and action or behavior. So you want to try to cover those three areas with just very simple questions. So, hey, like while you're sitting down and sharing a snack with your child, what was school like today? You don't have to get like lots of details, but you just want to find out, like, what's it like, being back in school during COVID-19, or what's it like sort of being back in a quarantine, doing school from your bedroom. Secondly, you want to strive to achieve balance. Meaning, your kids may or may not want you actively involved in their academic affairs. Regardless, you want to strike a balance between helpfulness and independence. You do not want to be, I know you know this, you've heard this so many times from so many different people, educators and professionals and lay people alike. You do not want to be a helicopter parent or a snow is coming, so a snowplow parent. You want to encourage your child to be independent. It's so important. That doesn't mean you shouldn't help or can't help, but you want to pay attention to whether or not, or to the degree to which you and your child have balance when it comes to working with him or her on his or her academic affairs. And then three, I learned this from a very astute and older psychologist, someone who really developed cognitive behavioral therapy. He said, good therapists frequently ask for feedback. You want to ask your child for feedback. How am I doing? Be honest with me, level with me. Am I helping? Am I annoying you? Am I making things harder? Am I frustrating you? And you really want to listen. You want to try not to respond defensively or self-protectively. Instead, you really want to listen, because your child will tell you what he or she needs in order for you to be helpful. And then two other points. One is, we now have an opportunity to help our children, help our adolescents become more flexible and better advocates for themselves and more resilient. Again, regardless of whether your child is at home or at school, things have changed, and your child now has an opportunity to become flexible and resilient, which are two pillars of mental health throughout one's lifespan. Again, flexibility and resilience, also advocacy for oneself. And then finally, if you believe that your child's teacher or your adolescent's teacher needs to be clued in, or if you think you're not getting the feedback you need from your child or adolescent, please reach out to your child or adolescent's teacher with an email in order to find out how your child in fact is doing from his or her teacher's point of view, and or to share with your child's teacher what it is you're learning about his or her needs. Working closely with your child's teacher at all times is important in your child's academic development. It's probably most important now. I hope these ideas have been helpful. Please make sure that you're giving this a whirl and you're exercising patience. Our kids right now clearly need us. Thank you.